and scene for the actress.
Hi, I'm Drew Sidor's acting coach, here to teach you how to cry on cue, but call me Goonicorn. Welcome, everybody, come on in, drop your bags, leave them at the door, tap your neighbor on the shoulder and say, hey neighbor. Make sure you press like, share, subscribe, do all the things that you know you're supposed to do when you come to somebody's YouTube channel. All right, now let's get down to business. Drew, baby, you have a believability problem. I've been trying to give you the benefit of the doubt because you are going through a divorce, but I think that this episode for me has proven you to be untrustworthy. Last week, I was trying my best to give Drew the benefit of the doubt. This is probably when the problem started to emerge in their marriage to where it is looking like it's heading towards divorce. And I'm thinking that this is why Drew is being so overly emotional right now, because she is afraid to talk about what is actually going on in her life. So she's trying to make it about this. Kandi has told y'all 1,000,001 times that she is not that girl that's going to go rush and babysit your tears. That's not who Kandi is, and that's not what she's going to be. If Drew would have needed $1,000 right then on the spot, I do believe that she could have asked Kandi of any of those girls to go ahead and pay it. And Kandi probably wouldn't have even thought twice and been like, here, girl, take this $1,000, get the fuck up out my face, because you and these tears, I can't. You know, I think that that is the kind of friend that Kandi is. However, Kandi, I got to push back on you with that just a taste, because I think that in order to be like a well-rounded, good friend to people, sometimes you have to do things that you are uncomfortable with. Follow me, y'all, because I think I'm about to say something that might contradict myself. So just follow me, because my brain just said something and I gotta listen to it. I gotta feed it to y'all. I do think that sometimes when you are a friend to people, you have to go out of your way to do things that make you uncomfortable in order to reassure your friend that you are there for them and to console your friend in times of need, right? But also sometimes people do not have the capacity to be fake with their support, you know? So I personally would prefer for my friend that cannot show up for me in an emotional aspect, I would prefer for them to not do that, because I would be able to smell and feel the lack of sincerity in that. I would personally just prefer you to be there in the way that you know how to be there for me. I don't need you coming to sit by me and you have an energy of like, I don't know what to do in this moment. Some people would like that, some people would not. It's a friend by friend scenario. When my friends' relatives pass, sometimes I feel like I don't know what to say. Just give like a blanket, oh, I'm sorry for your loss, I'm here if you need me. And I think that that's like a given, but I just don't know what else to say. And I think that there are some other friends who are so good in those situations and knows exactly what to say. I'm just not one of those people. I'm one of those kind of people like, bitch, if you need me to come pick you up right now, you need me to go take you to go get a drink, you need me to take you somewhere to get your mind off of, you know, whatever way that you're feeling, you need me to just show up and provide you with a good time, that's the kind of friend I am. First of all, I'm not excusing Kandi's insane comment. That was insensitive, that was rude, and it was unnecessary to say. I don't think that it would make me feel good to hear my friend say that. Now, me feeling that Drew is an actual liar, I can just kind of like bypass Kandi saying that now, because like Drew be lying. And I feel like this display of emotion was a reach for attention. Don't shoot the messenger. And Sheree is another one that lies so much that, but like, with Sheree's lies, they are so stupid and unserious that you just kind of have to like roll your eyes and laugh at this lady, because while she and Drew are going at it, Sheree says, I didn't even know that you were going through a lawsuit. I didn't even know that. Sheree, we because mind you, I had no idea that Drew was being sued. I had no idea about any of this until it was revealed by Sheree. So Sheree is literally the reason why I know. Sheree, the whole world knows that Drew is being sued because you brought it up. Do you not remember that? Like, Sheree just be saying shit. Sheree just like is the most unserious ass housewife that has ever been filmed. Like, girl, be serious for once. Okay, so then the girls come back from Drew's rehearsal for one of Tyler Perry's next stage plays. Sheree brings up a conversation that she had with Kenya about Kandi missing a few of the events and just how she had to like basically force Kandi to come to this trip. Now, I have a bit of an issue with people petitioning and cheering for Kandi to be fired from this show because she has opportunities and she has success outside of this show and she seems disengaged with the girls, right? I have a bit of an issue with that because it seems like for years now, probably since reality TV really took off, especially with Housewives, that the common critique has been that reality TV only shows Black women in a negative light. They don't show successful Black women. They don't show Black women doing shit that Black women just do normally. They're always showing Black women being violent, fussing and fighting and arguing over a dinner table. But then you have a housewife like Kandi, who is literally at the opposite end of that spectrum, kind of, because she also has brought a lot of great moments to Housewives. But Kandi is probably the most ambitious, the most driven, the most successful housewife that has ever come out of the franchise. And y'all give her so much flack for chasing her dreams while also keeping this job. Now, I can agree that when it becomes so much of a problem that you are steady missing cast events and you are unable to commit to Housewives the way that you have previously because you are being pulled left and right by so many different ventures, it is kind of like, okay, well, Kandi, maybe you should think about taking a friend role and taking a step back and allowing somebody else to fill this space. If that was y'all's point of view, I would be right there with you, because I do feel like maybe you are occupying a space that somebody could fulfill full time if you are not available. But on the flip side, it's like y'all say that y'all want positive representation of Black women on TV. You say that you want to see successful Black women on TV. And if y'all are not entertained and motivated by watching Kandi grind so hard while also still being one of the most successful housewives of all time, I just don't think that you really want to see successful Black women on TV. What I think that you want to see is Black women being available to fuss and fight and argue like they have been doing. This lady was just nominated for a Tony and an Emmy this year, and y'all are still complaining that y'all aren't getting enough positive Black women on TV. Like, you really have one right here, and I think that y'all are just so committed to this Kandi is boring narrative or whatever that y'all are taking it for granted. That's my 2 cents on it or whatever. During this conversation, Sheree says some shit like, I love money just like the next person or whatever, but I love me time. And Sheree, girl, you have too much damn me time. That's why it took your ass a year worth of Sundays to build that house of yours, and that's why it took you months on end to upload your products to your website, girl, because you got too much damn free time. So you got Sheree on one end having too much damn free time, and you got Kandi on the end who ain't got enough. Then that scene ends, and it's a new day. The girls are getting up, getting ready to go to the market and to go eat somewhere, I'm sure. All the girls get in the bus, and then Kenya comes out in her flip-flops while it's raining. It was just like, girl, that was a recipe for disaster. Like, what made you think that to wear flip-flops, like little house shoe slippers, while it's raining and slick outside? Like, girl, let's think, mama. And then she walks outside and she instantly falls on her, allegedly, her, imported ass from the Dominican Republic. Now, I don't know where this lady done bought that ass from or if God gave it to her, but she say that God gave her that ass and that body. So we just gonna take her word for it because ain't no doctor pulled up with the receipts. But from my little eye, I spy, it looks store-bought, and that's okay. What Effie say? She said, bitch, front ways or back ways, store-bought hair just ain't natural. And that's the way we feel about your butt, girl, and that's okay. That's okay, because girl, if that is your natural ass, it is what it is. The girl's just gonna have to eat it and get glad, okay? You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, now I'm thinking it was all a plan. It was all a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit because Kenya wore them damn slippers outside in that rain, knowing she was gonna slip and knowing she was gonna put on this performance. Girl, Drew's acting coach was working with Kenya and Drew because Kenya came out there and put on a show for y'all. She came out there on purpose with them damn slippers and slip and fell so she wouldn't have to go to lunch with them girls. That is how over this cast Kenya is. Judges, your scores on Miss Courtney. 1 chop. No, that's just how karma works. She's a mean girl. Maybe production has edited out all of Kenya and Courtney's scenes together to where it would be clear that Kenya is giving Courtney some like mean girl energy. But I just don't think we as viewers have seen enough footage of Kenya or any footage of Kenya and Courtney interacting together that would make it apparent to us that Kenya is being a mean girl to her. I think that she wants a bit of Kenya attention like Sonya did. She wants a bit of Kenya's attention and Kenya isn't giving it to her because, girl, like I said last week, girl, you tried my homegirl and I don't like the way that you conduct yourself. I don't like the way that you have conducted yourself thus far. So in order for me to like even warm up to you, I'm just going to keep watching you from afar and we'll, take it very slow. Now, if I were you, what I would have been trying to do would be trying to have a one-on-one scene with Kenya to discuss how y'all could move forward from whatever reservations that Kenya has about you. I would be trying to figure out what that is and how we can move forward. Like, if it was me, I would be like, okay, I can understand how you wouldn't really want to fuck with me because of how I came at your homegirl. But you caught me at a moment where I was trying to defend myself. So I don't want you judging me based off of that one interaction. Give me a chance. And, let's go out to dinner. Let's go out to be a fucking housewife. Like, y'all have watched this show for seasons upon seasons. Be a housewife, baby. Invite the girl out to lunch and have a cocktail. Have your own moment. But you trying to just dub her as a mean girl because she's not giving you no time of day. Baby, work for it. Work. I don't like her. 1 chop. Mayetta, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Every time you bring up something, baby, it just be feeling so unnecessary. Like you bringing up and you know what? Again, let me try to give the girls the benefit of the doubt. What it feels like is a producer pulled you to the side and said, we need somebody to bring this up because Kenya's old lumpy ass is in the hospital right now because she fell. So we need you to bring this up because we had this on the to-do list today. So we need you to do it, okay? Your delivery is just so contrived. You gotta figure out how to come across a little more authentic in a way that you wanna stir up mess, mama. But anyway, she brings up the DM that Marlo pulled up about her dating Roy or whatever. And then we cut to Sheree's confessional where she says, Mayetta, why don't you see that like the similarities in how Kenya brought up the DM and now Marlo brought up the DM, like it's the exact same thing. My issue with Sheree with that statement is that like Sheree genuinely does not feel like Kenya was trying to be like a girlfriend with her and say, hey, like, you know, like just to let you know, your man was in my DM. Again, Kenya did not escalate that situation. Sheree did by dragging Martell in it. If my friend, no matter if we're on TV or not, if my friend pulls me to the side and says, your man sent me a DM once, I'm gonna be like, okay, noted. I'll have a conversation with him about it. If I feel that strongly about it, that's it. I'm not bringing him into our business, and I'm damn sure not about to allow this man to be aggressive and talk down to her and yell at her and point his finger in her face and put a phone in her face. I'm not doing all of that. So Sheree, you were the cause of all of that. Kenya showed you the DM that it is what it is. The intention was different. What Kenya was trying to do with you was trying to give you a heads up, like, hey, just so you know. What Marlo was trying to do was trying to one-up Kenya, because that is Marlo's entire mission this season and the last one, and every time she has a conversation with Kenya is trying to get Kenya's attention and try to one-up her. Oh, you're dating Roy. She been knew she was dating Roy, but she just needed an opportunity to bring it up, you know, whenever she had the chance to. And she knew that she was going to have the opportunity because Kenya was going to have to talk about it. So she brought it up to get Kenya's attention and to one-up her. It is completely different. And for those of y'all who don't like Kenya, that's fine. But also playing stupid, like you don't see Marlo's game, is also very stupid. Now, if y'all would like to say that Kenya was not trying to be a friend to Sheree, all she was trying to do was trying to make good TV, I would accept that. But you also have to acknowledge the fact that Kenya did not escalate that situation. Sheree did. That is it, and that is all. So now, Kenya and Kandi, they come back from the hospital. Kenya heads to her room. She's high off meds, I'm sure. Kandi heads to Sheree's like little pajama party or whatever, and then Drew addresses Kandi about the end scene comment. Kandi apologizes to her. She accepts the apology. They move on. Now, Nene used to do this thing with Cynthia where whenever Cynthia had an issue with Kenya and they resolved their issues quickly, she would make it a thing where like Cynthia just accepts Kenya's apology, but if it was me, it would be a whole thing. The missing ingredient in Nene's approach to apologies and Marlo's approach to apologies is that those girls are always insincere and never, ever accept responsibility without being like tit for tat or like, well, you did this to me, so now I'm doing this to you. The way that Kenya apologized to Cynthia was like, you know what? I apologize for this. I give you my deepest and serious apologies, and I hope you know that it was not coming from a malicious place. Whether it was or it wasn't, that's all Cynthia needed from Kenya. Nene has never given Cynthia an apology like that. The way that Kandi gave, what's this girl name? Drew, that apology, that is how friends talk to each other when they have wronged one another. Like, hey, I understand how you feel. I was wrong for it. Even if I meant it, girl, my bad. I shouldn't have said it. That's how I felt in the moment. But I am apologizing because I was wrong. Now, We cut to a scene that is off camera, but Marlo got her phone up, so she's recording the whole thing, where they bring up the Bolo situation and Drew and LaToya kissing. And Drew just starts lying. Now, if it's not already clear, I believe that Drew is a liar, and Drew got a lot of secrets. And they are starting to spill out. What I am starting to believe, now this is my theory, walk with me. What I'm starting to believe is that Drew is a lesbian. Drew has a pastor for a mother. And Drew has also been accused of kissing girls. And now Drew is getting divorced, and the rumor is that she was cheating on her husband with a woman. When I tell you the preacher's kids, oh baby, they got secrets. And the only way to keep those secrets hidden is to lie, baby. And that is what this girl has been doing her entire life, is lying. When I tell you, I believe it 100% that Drew kissed LaToya and Drew cheated on her husband with Ty. I definitely believe it. I'm sorry. I really would like for there to be like a wrench in the system and Drew to come out victorious, because I really like Drew and I think that she could do better than Ralph. But Mama is battling some demons, and it's evident in the way that Drew handles a lot of the situations with her giving us a lot of blanket information and try to like pass it off as everything is okay. Drew got a lot of shit going on in there. What I'm going to say now is something that I never thought I would have said about Drew, is that she was a perfect casting choice. Because y'all done found somebody with skeletons in her closet, and they are starting to fall out. Baby. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next week. I can't wait to see what is going to happen the following weeks and how all of this shit just falls into our lap, because Drew is not going to be able to hide this shit for much longer. Now, what I will say, though, is that I have a lot of empathy for her, because being outed on reality TV when she comes from a religious background, I feel like that gotta be tough, baby. That got to be tough. But I don't know. I can't wait to see how this turns out. But okay, y'all, that has been my review of this episode. Please drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you think that Drew kissed LaToya? Do you think that she cheated on her husband with Ty? Do you think that Drew's a lesbian? If you were closeted and a preacher's kid, please let me know if you see any similarities between you and Drew. I would love to know. Okay. But all right, I will see y'all next week. Actually, make sure y'all check out my Real Housewives of New York review, which is probably going to come out next, maybe tomorrow, maybe the same day. Who knows? I might give y'all 2 videos in one day. I don't know. But we shall see. And I will talk to y'all next week or tomorrow or later this week. Toodles.